The 2018 Dreamboat Fishing Challenge came to a conclusion on the 30th of November. Fisherman subscribers have been fishing hard since May, competing for the Craft 23 Miami, rigged with a 250 horsepower Evinrude E-Tech, a Lowrance HDS Carbon 9 with the Structure Scan 3D bundle, and more. Third prize went to Justin Mack, a Long Island Edition subscriber. He had 2 species, including the new Sea Robin category, and he won the Sea Eagle fish skiff. Garrett Weir, also a Long Island subscriber, took 2nd place and is going to be on his way to the Zancudo Lodge down in Costa Rica. The 2018 Dreamboat Fishing Challenge grand prize of the 23 Craft Miami goes to Sam Dibner, a New England subscriber. Remember, to be part of the Fisherman's Dreamboat contest, you need to be a subscriber to the Fisherman Magazine and fish hard. See the January issue of the Fisherman for the complete 2018 Dreamboat Fishing Challenge wrap-up, or visit thefisherman.com for the complete standings and to subscribe to the Fisherman in 2019 for our next Dreamboat Fishing Challenge.
Hi there, Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman Magazine with this week's web video fishing forecast for the Christmas holiday weekend. Well, we're right around the corner from the beginning of the winter show season, all the fishing shows, boating shows, outdoor shows, and we've just about got our final schedule lined up for us here in New England. Stay tuned for next week's video, in which I should have the official list of when and where you can come see the Fisherman Magazine this winter. Hopefully I'll also have an announcement of what our awesome giveaways are this year to go along with those new, renewed, and gift subscriptions as always. Let's see, over the winter months, when the fishing options here in New England could be a little bit limited at times, I'm going to try to fill in these weekly videos with some how-tos and fishing tips from time to time. And I'm working out some of the items which I plan to cover right now. I don't have anything quite lined up this week. It's been a little bit busy coming into the holiday and show season. But if you have some suggestions, a little how-to fishing tip suggestions, something along those lines that you would like to see featured in the future, drop it in the comments down below here on YouTube, or if you don't have an account here, be sure to shoot me an email at tlapinski@thefisherman.com. And if I choose one of your suggestions, I will be sure to give you a shout out in the video. All right, moving along into the fishing for this week. As has kind of become the norm. When the weather is good, so is the fishing. And when the weather is poor, well, then it's not so good, especially on the offshore cod grounds. But over the last weekend, end of last week, head into the weekend, we had some pretty good weather, and the fishing too was pretty decent. Range of species landed from what we've been seeing: cod, the haddock are still bouncing around, black sea bass, and some really big scup, as well as the usual miscellaneous bottom dwellers. While most of the cod that I heard about topped off in that 12 to 15 pound range, there was word to fish to almost 30 pounds caught by a boat that took a bit of a ride to some deep water wrecks. There's some solid fish around. I know last year, coming into this week, we had one of the biggest pushes of cod of the season. I mean, there was fish in excess of 30, pushing 40 pounds caught this week. Last season, now one season next is not exactly the same, but just goes to show you there are some decent fish around. Unfortunately, this week we've seen a bit of a cold snap, then a warm-up. Weekend forecast looks like it could be nice and warm, but the old wind machine is going to be ramped up. Last checked, I was seeing winds on the cod grounds expected to exceed 30 knots at times with 10+ foot seas. So I think it's a pretty good bet the boat will not be getting out in those kind of conditions. But if things don't turn out as bad as it looks right now because, hey, the weatherman is wrong 99% of the time, then by all means give your boat a choice to call and see if they plan to sail. Let's see, sweetwater anglers continue to do really well with some of the smaller, more protected lakes, as well as the ones more to the west and north, holding ice through this past weekend, while most other anglers have been finding good action in open water scenarios with pike, bass, and trout, and panfish providing steady action. On the ice side of things, fisherman contributor Nick Canaris checked in with me this week. He said he found about 5 to 6 inches of ice up in the northwest corner of Connecticut on his first ice outing of the year, and he ended up with a pile of perch all jigged up on soft plastics. Now, no word exactly on how well the ice fared after the rainy weather of the weekend or how it will be this weekend with the warm-up. So as always, in the winter, especially early ice, be sure to exercise extreme caution when heading out onto the hard water. And if you're unable to find any fishable frozen lakes, open water action remains very good too. There's trout and bass to be had most everywhere, as we've been seeing for the last couple of weeks, if not months. And I heard from Captain Chris Nashville up at the Goose Hummock Shop up on the Cape. He reports that he and Danny from the shop hit up Nickerson State Park over the weekend for some solid trout action. That's a great option. The Cape, while it's pretty much known for saltwater fishing, is an absolute gold mine for freshwater fishing, especially through the winter months, as you don't get a whole lot of ice up there, so you remain really good options for open water. So if you want to get in on it, give those guys up at the Goose a call. All right, well, there you have it. I'm Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman Magazine, wishing you tight lines as well as happy holidays this weekend.